So this year's Nintendo Direct had a lot of announcements, and I would say this year, at least for me, is probably going to be one of their best, specifically for a few games. And I'm going to be going over some of the things that I thought were really, really interesting, and then also talk about the ones that I really enjoyed the most. So let's start off with the ones that I was really surprised with, and that is remakes, starting with Super Mario RPG. Super Mario RPG, as anybody who remembers, was a really different take on Mario. And if I remember correctly, Square, the makers of Final Fantasy, they were actually the ones who created this RPG game. And I did play it back in the day, I just never finished it. But now it's going to be remade with definitely improved graphics. And I think a lot of people are going to be really, really happy to see this with this new fresh coat of graphical paint. So I can't wait for that. And then another remake that I don't think is going to be coming out this year, but it is going to be in development, is going to be Luigi's Mansion, if I could find it here. Or actually, I think a sequel to Luigi's Mansion. And let me see if I can find it here. There it is. So I don't think this is coming out this year, but it is in development. So that's going to be really cool. A lot of people enjoyed Luigi's Mansion as well. I myself did enjoy it back in the GameCube days, if I remember. And Luigi is a character that I think definitely deserves more love as well, because sometimes I feel like he's overshadowed by his brother Mario. So it's really good to see that. And then other games that I think are going to be interesting for Nintendo fans is going to be the remake of Star Ocean. So that's another one. If you enjoyed that RPG, you will love that. And of course, another Pikachu games. Now, there are many other things that they announced, including the Metal Gear Solid Snake Pack. This is going to be pretty cool, but I think this might be available for other platforms as well. I mean, at least I'm hoping it is. If you are a Metal Gear Solid fan, this is great that they're going to be releasing all of this in one. And one that I was kind of surprised with is a Batman Arkham Asylum package. So if you did enjoy those games, which are available on PC, then it will be available on Nintendo Switch. I myself, I didn't really play these games, so I'm not the biggest fan of it, but a lot of people love this game, and honestly, it still looks pretty good to this day. And so those are like some of the main ones that I think, at least for me, people would be interested in. But now let's go ahead and talk about the two that, at least for me, is the most interesting, the best, and the one that I really look forward to. And who knows, it might make me get a Nintendo Switch. And so those two games are first, the next Mario Brothers. This is Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Man, this looks really awesome because first and foremost, it is a 2D side-scrolling Mario. Those are my favorite types, even though I did love Mario 64 and all the 3D games that came out afterwards. There's just something about playing the original side-scrolling games, and honestly, Nintendo is one of the best out there, if not the best, when it comes to these types of games. And just looking at it, obviously the graphics are just so colorful and beautiful, but to add a lot of different elements to this that, Nintendo is really known for by just taking this property and doing something familiar with but different, but this is going to be a super fun game. So this one, out of all the games, is the one that I'm most interested in. And second to that is a very popular game series as well, and that is Sonic. But this time we have Super Sonic All-Stars, and this goes into the same vein as the new Super Mario Wonder because it is side-scrolling, man, and I really do love that. The graphics look great. It's colorful. They have Green Hill, or it looks like Green Hill Valley right here. It has all the characters that you know and love. Knuckles is in here. Tails is in here. Amy is in here. So they have a lot of great play mechanics, and hopefully they stick to those play mechanics and just give us another wonderful 2D gaming experience. And the reason why I chose these two as the best is because I grew up with these games. I love playing these games. I'm a retro gamer, but these are games that I grew up with. And the simple fact that these companies are making these 2D side-scrolling games, and hopefully with the same love and care that they had in the originals, Plus, adding a modern spin is just going to make people like myself love going back and gaming all over again. And I'm always going to be choosing retro gaming versus modern games. But it's always really, really nice whenever companies do something like this, where they go back to the retro gaming play mechanics, make things look and sound better, but still stick to the core elements of what makes a great game. So those are my thoughts on the Nintendo Direct event. There's a lot of stuff coming, and I think this year, more than any other that I can remember recently, this really goes back to some of the retro gaming aspects of it, you know, because there's remakes of games, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, but also the new games going back to the old school Nintendo type gameplay that we all know and love. So if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave in the comments area below, and I'll see you on another video. For serious YouTubers, check out TubeBuddy, the premier tool news at geekoutdoors.com. Get more done today by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below.